Mark, a difficult game that ended in a 1-0 defeat. What did you make of the match?
The goal probably sums up where we are at the moment. In the first half we looked anxious and they got into a good rhythm, and Wills made a couple of great saves. We changed things at half time. We got more control of the game, but in the end the second half was a bit of a dead game really. Not too creative, not too much creativity from either side. And then the goal's a poor one that we concede, obviously a horrible goal to concede, but we didn't create enough in the game. And yeah, I mean, we should draw the game 0-0 really, and at the minute where we are we just need to find a result. But we lost too many games, and the performance was probably a little bit befitting of that and the way in which we played. And we're in a difficult spot at the moment, but we're going to have to work our way through it, because we've got a tough couple of games coming ahead this week. We need November really, so we can get some time between games and try and get some work into the team, because we're desperate for that at the minute. But it is what it is. We've got to try and dig in and fight our way through it, because it's been a really disappointing and frustrating spell for us. Despite some of the games and top teams that we have played in that spell, there's other games where we've got to do better than. That was one of them today.
Yeah, the team seems to be really struggling with a lack of fluency at the minute in its attacking play in order to create those chances. What do you put that down to? Sometimes
confidence, sometimes a little bit of rhythm and flow in your game. You haven't quite got that momentum. Sometimes work ethic, bravery. Sometimes atmosphere, anxiety when you're on a bad run. Sometimes good defensive structure and shape. We had a couple of moments first half on the counter attack that they recovered really well on. They ran hard, fought hard. We've got to get back to being that. If we're not going to be at our creative best, we've got to be at our best without the ball, and our most robust and strongest and hardest working and aggressive. And if we find ourselves in the middle of not being either of those, and it doesn't look very nice. So we've got to find a way through this little period. And trust that the results will turn if the players keep doing that. But at the minute, we've got to step up. All of us have. It's not good enough.
Probably the first spell of its type under your management here. What's the mood like in the dressing room? What's the sort of feeling amongst the players about the future and about how they're going to...
I have no idea. I don't really care, to be honest. Everyone will be disappointed because we're losing games, but we've got to do something about it. It ain't good enough to be annoyed about it now. It ain't good enough to talk about it now. We have to do it when we're on the pitch, and we haven't been. So it's up to all of us to step up. Me first. If I pick the wrong team, if I pick the wrong shape, anything like that, I'm the first one to be shot at. That's fine. That's the job. We get that. But we've got to deliver better performances as well, because in amongst this run we've had some tough games where we've been in them quite a bit, but we've lost games when there's nothing in them, and that isn't one. Certainly in the second half, once we got past that point and Will kept us in it in the first half, we just got to graft a result out somewhere, and not get too defeated and deflated by it, because I understand that's easy to do, but we're on a run of results that we haven't experienced before and haven't had for a long time. So it's up to us to turn it around, because no one else can do it, and we're going to be without a few for a while. You know, we've had a week this week where lots of players haven't trained all week, and we've had to, find a way through this little period at the minute, and there's going to be a few out for a while. So until we can get that right, it's up to the rest of us to roll our sleeves up and dig in, and at least have a real fight about us to take something from a game, and to be in a game if we're working towards that creative part. But it's hard to pick consistent teams when we're not hitting good levels enough, and that's up to the players to deliver that as well. So it's on all of us now to see if we can turn something out in the next week.
Yeah, and a challenging week coming up next week, but one that presents opportunity.
Always, yeah. It's just how you see it. It's up to us to see it in the right way, and there is no time to feel sorry for yourself. So if there's a weight of the world on your shoulders, lift it. Our job is to perform and deliver performances that represent what we are, and it hasn't been in the last few weeks, and we've got to find that level again, because otherwise games will just drift away from us, and that's what happened a little bit today. It was as if in the first half we were waiting for that, and we've got to grab the game by the scruff of the neck. Will Mannion's performance in the first half was a match-winning performance. He made saves and did his job. You can say he did his job. He did it well enough to keep us in a game. It's up to the rest of us to make match-winning decisions, to make match-winning moments in the game, and turn it round. But yeah, it's a nice challenge for us. It's a big challenge for us, and it's up to the players to get together and to scrap and fight for it.